So hello everyone, welcome here to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the final round, round number 20 of the 2013-1 Fast Sport Stock Series here at the 1.5 mile Las Vegas Motor Speedway in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am Josh Mertz, bringing you the commentary feed for the Automotive Sports Network as always. We have 8 cars getting ready to go for today's race as we have just started getting ready for the driver's meeting. Let's throw it down to Randall Coleman.
I guess tonight's pretty simple. Just have fun. Pretty much everything's locked up, so it don't really matter about that. I'm going to actually let the 2 caution rule go out of the window tonight, since there's only a few of us. So if you cause 2, you know, if you want, you can retire. You don't have to. Pit road speed starts at the last pit stall on this track. I think the pit road speed's 45. Other than that, good luck to everyone, and let's get this season over with so we can have fun next season.
So that is Randall Coleman, the race official, getting everyone, letting them know that this is the end of the season, the final race of the 2013-1 season. All the other series are finished, and this is the last one. It's a 67-lap race. So the drivers' meeting has concluded, and cars are starting to get on track. But before we cover practice, let's get this out of the way. ASN's social media. We have this new fancy graphic that was just made earlier today. Our Facebook page, facebook.com/Automotive Sports Network. We post most of our stuff on there. Our broadcasts on demand are hooked up with our Twitter account, so if you follow our Twitter page, we upload a broadcast. It'll pop up in your Twitter feed, twitter.com/ASNTV_USA, hashtag ASNTVUSA for Twitter and Facebook. Our on-demand page, it is youtube.com/ASNTVUSA, and our ASN Live Twitch page, once we get the infrastructure to run it, it is twitch.tv/ASNTVUSA. As always, our site, which really isn't updated that much, asntvUSA.tk, and for any and all broadcast inquiries, general comments, questions, concerns, or even suggestions, asntvUSA@gmail.com. We have that out of the way. Let's segue into this. This broadcast is brought to you by Java Shot Designs. If you have any inquiry for any paint scheme for any of your racing interests, check out Adam Sweet at his page, facebook.com/JavaShotDesigns. So that's out of the way. Let's cover happy hour. That little promo segment has taken 2 minutes, or 1.5 minutes actually, out of the happy hour session. And here's Mark Riggleman, who is setting a lap, who has set a lap in third, a 30.142. Josh Mertz 164. As this track is really, really, really fast. Really fast. We're going to go on board the 18 here for a moment. As you did notice, the engine sound, we were testing something here, as one of the directors said you could barely hear him on the TV cameras, unlike the Talladega race and the truck race at Homestead, but apparently these cameras are too far away for the cars to be heard, so I apologize for that. As we're going to try here, while the cars grid, we're going to try and set things up to where you guys can hear the cars. As currently fastest Mark Riggleman at a 29.845. Daniel Wilson's hopped up to a 29.906. The 12 card, that's David Culpepper, a 29.908. Then it's Mertz, Chris Hone, and Sean Whitehill, the 6 cars that have set lap times. Here's Austin Hakes in car number 21. As we were going to have 9 cars, but Nick Dawson withdrew before the drivers' meeting and qualifying, and we don't exactly have a reason for that yet. So we will let you know when we can. So Hakes coming down, 29.910 will put him 4th. And timing and scoring update. So I was staring at it blankly. So he is 4th, and we're waiting for Randall Coleman. There he is, your champion of this series. He's had this championship locked up for about a month or so. And as he was saying in the driver's meeting, just have fun. It's the last race with these cars, the last race of this series for this season. So it's all about having fun here at Las Vegas with these 8 drivers. And we saw at Iowa last week 7 cars. At the end we had 4. Actually 3 in that little main pack as Sean Whitehill dropped off. But it was still a fantastic race. So the Revolution Motorsports driver, as I believe they've locked up almost every title. Fresh talent was Nathan Curtis. This series, the Sports Stock was Randall Coleman. Cup was Adam Sweet. Trucks, Austin Hakes. And the Super Speedway Series, Austin Hakes, I do believe. So Revolution Motorsports has a lot of championships as Randall Coleman 7th quickest at a 30.161. So while Happy Hour finishes up here, we're going to try and get our audio levels fixed here for you guys. So one moment here. As we're going to try something as warm-up concludes, and the time really isn't changing that much. So let's see if this will do it. Techs are telling me it will, so we're going to give you the footage back here. As the field is starting to grid. That's a good sight. So as the field starts to grid here, as on pole is Austin Hakes, as he was about 2/10 quicker than the rest of the field in qualifying. On his outside is Josh Mertz in car 18. Then on the second row of the grid, we have Daniel Wilson and Randall Coleman. Then it's Culpepper and Chris Hone, Sean Whitehill and Mark Riggleman, your 8-car grid. And just because there's 8 cars doesn't mean this race won't be fantastic. 67 laps around the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Glad you can join us here in the Automotive Sports Network. See cars on the apron, some of them on the banking, getting the tires warmed up. A couple of them are. For 67 laps of competition here at the 1.5-mile speedway in Las Vegas, Nevada, right outside the Strip. Betting odds, I don't think you could bet on one single driver because this race is wide open. 8 cars, 67 laps. And a track that is very fast as Mertz hits the wall. That's very embarrassing, I'd have to say. He looks like he's trying to do the Formula 1 style of start, stop, weaving, braking type of maneuver, other than the standard NASCAR weaving. Can someone tell him this is not an F1 car? Thank you. Anyway, so the Chevy SS and the Dodge Challenger with an Impala and SS on the second row, and then a Challenger and Impala, and then an Impala and a Challenger. Safety car is off, as Austin Hakes will lead the field down to the green flag. Glad you could join us here in the Automotive Sports Network for the final round of the Fast Sports Stock Series here from Las Vegas. Green flag in the air. As into turn 1, Hakes leads with Mertz in second. Mertz tries the inside. Out of corner number 2, Wilson in third. Fourth is Coleman, excuse me. Fifth is Riggleman. No, Culpepper got it. Outside, Hakes. The outside is the best groove here. Out of corner number 4, and coming down to the line to finish the first lap here at Las Vegas, 182 miles an hour. Austin Hakes is your leader. The whole field is within half a second. As no, Whitehill is 1.41. Timing and scoring light again. As Wilson putting pressure on Mertz in second. The battle for second raging already. Sparks flying from all these cars. I've noticed these cars are set up to bottom out. That's the fastest way around the track. The field rounds their way out of corner number 4, down to the line. Hakes leads. Gap at the line, 0.3 of a second. We're back to paying attention to timing and scoring every single lap. Your running order is Hakes, Mertz, Wilson, Coleman, as Riggleman has slipped by into 5th position. Then it's Culpepper, Hone, and Whitehill. Mertz is falling back a little bit in the clutches of Daniel Wilson. Austin Hakes, clear sailing in the Revolution Motorsports Chevrolet SS. Down to the apron, I've noticed the 18 goes as the 21 stays up there. That might wear the tires a bit more. Side by side, that really enabled him to get there. Side by side, running wide as Hakes through the lead as the 18. As now, Daniel Wilson still putting pressure on the 18. Hakes falls to third, maybe falling to fourth because of Randall Coleman. So good action early on here at Las Vegas. Fastest lap of the race, Austin Hakes, 29.821, Mertz, 29.847, Wilson, 29.856. It was the running order at the end of the last lap. Mertz leads lap 4, excuse me. Multiple grooves here on the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. There's really 3 grooves if you're crazy enough to try the way outside. There's the bottom, and the middle's the best groove according to all the drivers, and then it is the way top. But other than that, you can't really get anything done. As the field within 1.3 seconds aside from Sean Whitehill, who has fallen back to 3 seconds. Side by side for third, it's Hakes and Coleman. As Coleman on the outside, he's going to lose the spot to Hakes. Or he didn't have the spot, excuse me, so Hakes held him off. The 2 Dodge teammates battling, at least they're supposed to be teammates, with Riggleman and Culpepper. As Coleman trying to make a move on his teammate. Can he get it done? He tries the outside, not even close. As on the radio already, tires are falling apart. Wow, 6 laps in the books. What are they on, Pirellis? No, that wasn't a good joke. I tried my best. As with the car bottoming out the way it is, that's not going to be very good, as that's not the correct thing. As someone hit the wrong button for the main stream there. Whoops. 2 broadcasts in a row they hit the wrong button. Oh, good job. Maybe hire someone that knows what they're doing. Mertz leads at the end of lap 7. And it doesn't look like he's pulling away. The gap still remains 0.2 of a second. Mertz has never been the driver to be able to lead. He's always good at following someone, so this is new territory for the 18, especially on an oval. Side by side for third, Coleman with Hakes, and Coleman gets it. As Culpepper's fallen 0.5 of a second back from Riggleman. And Sean Whitehill having troubles of his own. So on the outside, Wilson for the lead. Gap at the line with 6/100ths, half a tenth. Can he get it? Crossing over, trying. There's not enough room there. Out of corner number 2, down the backstretch here at Las Vegas. Wilson tries the outside. Mertz defends the inside like a road racer. Into turn 3. Side by side for third. Hakes got it back. What a battle for third spot. As the inside goes Daniel Wilson on Josh Mertz. Hakes makes it nearly 3 wide at the line. Mertz held it. Great racing early on. And we're 1/6 of the way through almost of this race. Well, actually, it could have been a 7th if there's 3 more laps. But it's not math class. Mertz loses the lead to Wilson as he was on the outside. He's going to lose second to Hakes. So tires falling apart. As he goes way to the outside of the track and back through the field he goes. From the commentary box camera, I love these cameras. You can see what I see. Wilson leads, Hakes second, Coleman third, Mertz fourth, Riggleman, Culpepper, Hone, Whitehill, your field. The top 6 under a blanket. Then it's Hone and Whitehill. Battle for third. Mertz got it back from Coleman. Riggleman to the inside of Coleman trying it. And Hakes wants to battle for the lead as it looks like they're trying to tandem away from the field on a speedway track. That's kind of peculiar. End of lap 11. Daniel Wilson leads. As Mertz trying to get the draft, so is Hakes. But the other drivers are not really paying attention to the draft that much. As around corners number 1 and 2, we're going to stay on the commentary box camera for a while so you can see the run that they get down the back straightaway into corner number 3. Here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, around turns 3 and 4. Hakes still in second. Coleman battling for third. Mertz hits the wall, so Coleman gets third. End of lap 12, Wilson leads. 0.02 of a second. Then it's 0.6 to Coleman. As these two are trying to pull away. As Wilson nearly bites the wall out of corner number 2. That's going to make Hakes try the outside. into the third turn. He's got the outside. Will he get the run? It's a lot like 2007 in the Busch Series with Jeff Burton, but he can't get the run in the middle of the corner. Down to the line. Does he get the run on the outside? No! Wilson holds it. As what a run from Hakes, but he didn't get it enough to lead lap 13. He's trying the outside again. Wilson hits the apron, slips up the track nearly into Hakes, and Hakes takes the lead. So an 8-car race, I told you in the opener, don't judge it just because it's 8 cars. It's been fantastic, and we're only 14 laps in. So at Hakes, Wilson, Coleman, Riggleman, Mertz is losing the 6th spot to Culpepper. So the tires are incredibly destroyed on the 18, radio call says. Hakes trying to pull away. Gap was a 10.5 to Wilson. And this is where Hakes is good. Clean air. He is fantastic. As he was able to pull away at Homestead for several laps until Daniel Wilson reeled him in, as they had a nice battle a couple days ago at the Homestead Miami Speedway, as these drivers have been all over the track, or all over the country rather. Remember on Monday, or Tuesday, Monday actually, my days are getting messed up if I can speak English correctly. Daniel Wilson won here, fighting off Dylan Livengood. Then they both flew to Talladega, where Austin Hakes won. Daniel Wilson finished second. Then they flew to Charlotte, which Austin Hakes was leading. Daniel Wilson was third, and that race ended up with 2 cars. Then they flew to Homestead, noticing a pattern here. They flew to Homestead with Austin Hakes leading, Daniel Wilson second, nearly won the race. And now they're here, 1-2. So there must be a pattern here with how these 2 drivers are always up front. 7-key racing. 7-key hacks. No, I'm kidding. What? Anyway, Austin Hakes, Wilson, Coleman, Culpepper, Riggleman, as Hone is passing Mertz, so tires must be dead on the 18. And then it's Sean Whitehill all by himself. As he was leading 10 laps ago, and now he's in 7th place. And he's screaming over the radio, these tires are garbage. So, that's the latest development as we're on lap 18 of 67 here at Las Vegas. As Austin Hakes is your leader, trying to pull away from Daniel Wilson. It was 0.4 of a second at the line last lap. If you round it up, Wilson bit the wall as Coleman fighting off Culpepper for the 3rd spot. Gap of the line, once it updates, it's still 0.4 of a second. So I think they're just holding their ground, not wanting the tires to die here. As Coleman runs it a little bit high in turn number 2, that's going to allow Culpepper to get a run. What a run for Culpepper out of turn 2! I knew Coleman ran it too high, but I didn't know he ran it that high. Culpepper trying the inside. Can he get it mid-corner? Yes, he does. Will Riggleman get it? The other Dodge car. There's 3 Dodgers in this field. Will Riggleman get it? Coming down to the line. He didn't have the run out of the corner. Coleman holds the position on lap number 19. As now, Riggleman still fighting Coleman for the 4th spot here at Las Vegas. He gets it. So Coleman falling back as well. As these 2 are pulling away, the gap is about 2 seconds from Hakes to Culpepper. I told you they're trying to tandem on a speedway track, and that's what they are doing. As that gorgeous Michael Waltrip 2003 inspired paint scheme, as the DEI stripes always catch me. It was on his truck, it's on his Nationwide car, his sports stock car, and it's still a fantastic looking paint scheme. 3rd spot is Culpepper. Riggleman fighting his supposed teammate. I haven't really found that out yet. And Mertz is falling back even further. But let's not pay attention to him. As Culpepper, Riggleman, Coleman, all under a blanket fighting for the 3rd spot. There's no podiums on ovals, but you can still say you finished 3rd to a European, and they'd say, oh, you got a podium, and you could agree with them. It could work. As we have 2 different Chevy models battling for the lead. Austin Hakes, 21. Great Clip Chevy SS, and the wall is Riggleman. Riding the wall out of the corner. He is falling back. Lost the position to Randall Coleman. Anyway, you could... 21, Great Clips Chevy SS, Austin Hakes. Napa Auto Parts, 15, Chevy Impala, Daniel Wilson. We saw this in the truck race. They ran a Silverado for Hakes, an Avalanche for Wilson. It's an SS for Hakes and an Impala for Wilson. As these 2 pulling away, 2.6 seconds from Hakes to Culpepper in 3rd. And then it's a 1/10 from Hakes to Wilson. as this is the battle in the back of the pack for fourth. Chris Hone is slicing his way through the field. What a drive! I haven't been paying attention to him as soon as I, third time's a charm, talk about him. He runs the outside, loses the position to Randall Coleman, so I feel bad about myself now. At the line, it's still the same 10th and a half to Wilson, but it's 3.1 seconds to Culpepper, as Hakes is your leader with Wilson in the second position. I think they're just biding their time, waiting for the tires to possibly fall apart, as Riggleman, I think he might have hit the wall a little bit harder than I saw, because the car is a little bit slow, but we'll pay attention to the 22 car. As at the line, timing and scoring reads 0.2 of a second. That's a really nifty graphic. I want to give a shout out to Jay Lopez, who threw it together for us here at the Automotive Sports Network. So thank you, Jay. I don't know what I would have done without you here, making this fancy scoring graphic that I probably would have ripped my hair out trying to do. So Wilson, I completely blew the call for the lead as Wilson took it, but Hakes trying it back. Whitehill's flying down the grass at the line for lap 25 is Hakes. As I missed the call, I missed the lap pass, the lead lap pass. I can't speak English. As Hakes got it again. As people complain that I pay attention to the lead too much, I pay attention to the mid-pack and I miss a pass for the lead. I'm sorry. So Coleman fighting for third with Culpepper, as Whitehill apparently drove around mowing the lawn for the Las Vegas Motor Speedway officials. He is now 2 laps down. As no, radio call said flat tire. So that's the call. Listening to radio here in my ear, he missed his pit stall the first time, and then he had a flat tire. So that's the call from the pit lane. It's 3-wide battle here almost with Culpepper, Riggleman, and Hone. Riggleman bounces off the wall nearly. It's getting good. Lead is 0.2 of a second. We're not going to pay attention to that. We're going to pay attention instead from the helicopter for the battle for 4th and 5th here with Culpepper, as there's Whitehill, Hone, Riggleman, and Mertz. As Riggleman on the inside, Mertz trying to get the draft off of both of their cars. As Coleman holding off Culpepper. Battle for the lead's getting good, side by side again. As now Wilson tries it, and he's trying to get it. Here, caution is out, but we have to... No, caution's out. They are not racing back. So, let's see what the caution is. It's Riggleman. So Riggleman's around in car 22. So as the field catches up behind the safety car, we're going to check and see what happened. I knew it was getting good, but I didn't know if it was getting that good. So let's take a look and see what happened here with Mark Riggleman. From a quarter speed, you see he is rounding the corner, obviously enough. We're going to speed it up, play at half speed. There's Culpepper with Coleman. Hone gets in the wall, and then Mertz just plows right in the back of the 22. And you can see he picked up the throttle, and the car didn't turn. Radio communications, everyone's tires were falling apart, but it seemed like the 18s were worse. He was complaining that his crew chief told him that tires were 50% worn on the right front. 50% worn on the right front. That's not very good tire wear, if you ask me. So now, as the field catching up behind the safety car here, we're going to see what the strategy is with most of these drivers. So there's Austin Hakes. There is the Dodge safety car. As Great Clip Chevrolet SS, car number 21, Austin Hakes. Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet Impala number 15, Daniel Wilson. Drive to End Hunger, AARP, Chevrolet SS number 24, Randall Coleman. Worth, Dodge Challenger number 12, David Culpepper. Number 99, Vans Warped Tour Chevrolet Impala, Chris Hone. Number 18, Red Bull, Dodge Challenger, Josh Mertz. Number 22, Discount Tire, Dodge Challenger, Mark Riggleman. Number 96, CarX Chevrolet Impala, Sean Whitehill. The two leaders stay out to lead a couple laps maybe, as the field rounds their way down pit lane. As we have Wilson, Culpepper, Hone, Mertz, Riggleman, as Whitehill stays out as well. As he ran, remember he had to pit with the flat tires, so he is a little bit better on tires, but I'd still pit if I was Sean Whitehill, as the tire consumption at this track is dreadful. As everyone pulls down pit lane, let's see what they do. The 15 has right sides up, 99 right sides up, 18 right sides up, 12 right sides up, as he missed his box a little bit. as 15.99 going for lefts, 18 is going for lefts, 12 is going for lefts, everyone going for 4 tires and fuel. Wilson beats the 18 out, he leads in its own out of pit lane. Mertz looking like he's getting his damage repaired. Then it's going to be the 12, the 18, and the 22 leading out of the pit lane. So that's the race off. Race off, 15.99, 12, 18, 22. If we had a fancy graphic thing, we would show it, but unfortunately we don't yet. Keyword is yet. So, keep in mind, under caution here, Facebook.com/Automotive Sports Network, Twitter.com/ASNTV_USA, hashtag ASNTVUSA, YouTube.com/ASNTVUSA, TwitchTV.ASNTVUSA, ASNTVUSA.TK, and ASNTVUSA@gmail.com. I'm going to throw out the staff Twitter handles off the top of my head. At 2Chance1, at RPeters33, at Chenstrap, at Adam M. Sweet, at Victor Valley. I believe that's all of them. For, obviously, Josh Mertz, Rob Peters, Adam Sweet, Randolph Chineth, and Victor Valley, even though I just said your name, I think. As we will not cover the iRacing.com Prototyping GT Challenge this Sunday, as here at ASN we're reevaluating what we want to cover for our Sunday slot, as the fixed and open series are getting merged for 2013-3, as it seems like they're all coming down pit lane. Mertz is taking tires again, although I wouldn't blame him, as these tires are really bad, and even one lap on the tires can prove detrimental. And so is Hakes. So these two thinking the same. Wilson topped off with gas, so did Hone, as we have 2 laps, I believe, until caution gets put away, as Whitehill a lot of damage on the 96. Keep in mind, this broadcast is brought to you by Java Shot Designs. If you need any paint done for any of your racing interests, contact Adam Sweet or check out his Facebook page at facebook.com/Java Shot Designs. Glad to have him on board for the Fast Sports Stock Series race from Las Vegas. Glad to have you watching here on the Automotive Sports Network, your source for motorsport. Haven't used that slogan in a long time. As Randall Coleman looks like he's probably going to be pitting, that's his normal thing. Yep. Down the pit lane goes car 24. Wilson's pitting, Whitehill's pitting, as Mertz is pitting as well along with Hakes. So the 2 Dodges with Chris Hone staying out. So we're going to see, I believe, next season we're going to have the Dodge Challenger, the Chevy Camaro, Ford Mustang, and the Toyota Camry in this series. So it's going to be very good with all those muscle cars. Although I don't think there's no Ford in this race. Let's see. Let's do a quick manufacturer breakdown. 2 Challengers and Impala. An SS and Impala, an SS and Impala, a Challenger. That's the field. So, 3 Dodges, 5 Chevys, but we have 2 Chevy SSs, was that correct? With 3 Impalas. So, 2 Chevy SSs, 3 Impalas, 3 Challengers. That's your manufacturer breakdown. No Toyotas or no Fords. It's not as bad as the Canadian Tire Series when Dodge cut their support for the top 3 series. For example, there's about 24 cars in the Canadian Tire Series. 20 of them are Dodge Challengers. Keep that in mind. When you see these drivers in a Dodge is winning equipment. As Culpepper will lead on the restart. Then it is Riggleman with Chris Hone. I believe he forgot that it's double file restarts. Then Daniel Wilson, Randall Coleman, Sean Whitehill, Austin Hakes, and Josh Mertz. That is your running order as we're crossing halfway. When you get to lap, 34? Yeah, 33 will be halfway, 33 and a half. Halfway here at Las Vegas. Safety car is off. Culpepper, Riggleman, Hone, Wilson, Coleman, Whitehill, Hakes, Mertz. That's your field. Timing and scoring back up. 58 miles an hour, picking up the gas. We're under green again at Las Vegas. As a terrible restart for Riggleman, that has allowed Wilson, as Whitehill dropping to the back to allow Mertz and Hakes by. Into corner number 1, side by side for second. It's Riggleman with Wilson, and then Culpepper by himself out in front. Nearly making contact is Hone and Mertz, with Hakes getting by. That was a scary moment. Battling for second again. Riggleman tried it. He doesn't have the run. Can he get it on the bottom? Overdrives it. He can't get it. Outer corner number 4. Lead change again under green. David Culpepper leads. Wilson, Riggleman, Coleman, Mertz, Hakes, Hone, Whitehill. Your top 8, which is the entire field. As into corner number 1. Fastest lap of the race, still 29.738, Austin Hakes. As Coleman and Riggleman side by side for the 3rd position. Down the backstretch, he has the nose on the 22 and he takes the lead. Or this position rather, what am I talking about? As it looks like he overdrove the corner just a bit. Mertz nearly drives into the back of the 22. Mertz hits the wall! So this is getting good as 18 is trying to get past the 22. As it looks like they're possibly clutching here. This could get interesting. So let's go on board the 24 Randall Coleman. See if he's clutching. So, they're not clutching yet, but radio communications say you have to save like a madman. Culpepper leads. Battle for 2nd. Coleman has it, currently. Now, listen to the engine notes, although I don't know if when we modified the volumes that you'd be able to hear it on the broadcast, unfortunately. But I'll probably freak out about it if I hear silence. They're clutching, and this could get interesting. Battle for the lead. Culpepper holds it. Mertz ran into the grass I saw out of the corner of my eye. Battling for the 3rd spot. Battle for the lead. Culpepper trying, but he can't hold him off. It's Coleman, your champion, leading on lap 38. I didn't even pay attention. We're past halfway. Time ticking down here at Las Vegas. Culpepper, Wilson, Mertz, Riggleman, Hakes, Hone, and then Whitehill. As this is getting good. These cars are under a blanket. As I'm trying to hear the cars clutching into corner number 1, I don't think the camera's microphone is close enough to the clutch point, you could say. Although many of these drivers have different clutch points. Just pay attention to the car. If it bobs downward, then they're clutching. So Coleman, Culpepper, Wilson, Mertz, Riggleman, Hakes, Hone. That's your running order. Mertz goes to the apron every lap, so does Coleman. He's clutching, he's clutching! He's clutching way early! As that could have ended badly. He lost the lead and stacked up the field behind him. So Coleman on the clutch. Now the clutching comes into play. As around the corner, Culpepper leads. Coleman, Wilson, Mertz, top 4. Then it's Riggleman, Hakes, Hone, Whitehill. Look at this battle for 3rd. As Culpepper way out of the groove. As he's going to lose the lead, 2nd and 3rd nearly. As look at this battle. They're side by side for the 4 positions. Wilson sneaks through the lead. Side by side, Mertz and Coleman for 2nd. Mertz tries the bottom groove. Can he get it out of 4? It's debatable. He's going to run to the apron. He didn't run to the apron. I'm surprised. Coleman leads for 2nd place, rather, at the line. Clutching. You heard it. This is getting good. It's a pack race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Who would have thought about that? Aside from an IndyCar race, but I'm not going to go into detail because I'll probably cry my eyes out. As Daniel Wilson, Randall Coleman, Josh Mertz, Austin Hakes, the top 4. Culpepper in 5th on the outside. Everybody is clutching. Everybody cannot make it on fuel. As battle for 4th with Riggleman and Hakes. Side by side, Riggleman has it. As look at everybody clutching. As Culpepper nearly in the wall in car 12. But he will be in the back of the pack now. Mertz holding 3rd. Battle for the lead. Still, it was Wilson at the line. Last lap, Coleman trying it. Wilson's clutching in the middle of the corner. Coleman and everyone else clutching entering the corner. That is really interesting. As now, Wilson almost threw a block in the 18. Leading at the line, it's Coleman. Mertz trying the outside on Wilson now. Driving it really hard into the corner. Las Vegas is the type of track you have to go really easy when you're on the outside because you can power past with the momentum. Down the backstretch, they're even. From the commentary box camera, we saw they were even. As now into the corner. Wilson holds the spot. Nearly cutting him off. Oh boy, this could end in tears. No, it didn't. End of lap 44. Everybody clutching. As Coleman clutching makes the 18 goes make a last-minute move, and that sends Riggleman almost in the wall. As Wilson leads with Coleman second, Mertz in third. This is getting good. Well, it isn't getting good. It's been good for the past 20 laps. It's coming to 21 laps to go at Las Vegas. Time's ticking down. Fuel's ticking down. Everyone's trying to save fuel. This could get interesting. As Hakes sneaks through to third. 2.5 tenths to Coleman. Then it was 3 tenths to Mertz. 4 tenths to Hakes at the line, but that's incorrect now. As now, the top four are side by side. Hakes into third. He was saving for a little bit, and now he's trying to take the lead back. Or he's going to try and force his way to the lead, rather. As it looks like he has a super speedway spoiler on that car. Maybe that should be checked out by the officials. As Coleman still leads, 1/10 of a second to Daniel Wilson. As on the outside, Austin Hakes. He ran it way too wide, I would think, for the outside run to matter. From the commentary box camera, Coleman, Wilson, Hakes, Mertz, Hone, Riggleman, Culpepper. Around the corner. Looks like Wilson messed up his middle of the corner, and that sent him up the track. So Coleman leads still. Wilson blocking. He's clutching nearly on the apron with Hakes and Mertz. Mertz tries the inside on Hakes. He can't get it done. He's not close enough. Or can he? Hakes on the outside. He had to back up the corner. Out of corner number 2. Coming down the backstretch. Side by side even. The Dodge Challenger with the Chevrolet SS. Into the corner. Clutching are both of them. As this is getting interesting. As Mertz trying to sneak through to third. Hone behind him. And the lead is not changing. You heard someone clutch as they crossed the line. I think it was Coleman. Yes, it was. It had to be. As we're getting close. 17 to go here. As this could end up in a fuel mileage race. As everybody clutching. That's why I'm not really talking that much to many of your delights. To hear the cars clutching. To try and have the drivers furiously trying to save fuel. At end of lap 50. Or 49 rather. And it was Wilson leading, or Coleman leading as Coleman clutched going into the corner, and now Mertz wants to go. He doesn't care. He wants to take the lead. Call on the radio. I don't really care if I run out of fuel. I've been here the last 2 weeks going for wins. As his championship hopes will start next season. Hakes trying to pass on Mertz, but Riggleman was inside, so he couldn't get down to the apron. So, end of lap 50. And it is Wilson, clutched in the middle of the corner. You saw that. Hakes trying the outside on Mertz. It was 2 tenths, then 3 tenths, then 4 tenths, then 4.5. If you want to be frank. Or rough about it, rather. Why did I say frank? As Wilson pulling away. Mertz in second. Hakes, Riggleman, Culpepper, Coleman. As Hone looks like he pitted. He short pitted. He didn't make it on fuel. He wouldn't make it on fuel. As now Hakes is side by side with Mertz for the second spot. And he clears him going into the corner. Contact with Riggleman. That's going to take fuel mileage out of the equation. Caution is out. Yep. That makes the caution. So this takes fuel mileage out the window. And you heard, or I heard at least on the radio, every single driver just breathe a sigh of relief. Except Chris Hone. Chris Hone was kicking himself. So as the field catches up to the safety car, let's take a look at what happened in corner number 1 on lap number 51. Or 52, rather. No. 52, yeah. Timing and scoring lied. Okay. We're just going to have one replay here as it's a one-car wreck. But here we go. from full speed. Going into corner number 1. On the inside, it's Culpepper. Outside right here. 12 Culpepper, 22. Oh. Looks like he just misjudged. And sent the 22 into the wall. So it looks like he's going again. But we're going to catch the field behind the safety car on the backstretch as they are rounding the speedway here. Satellite issue. Oh boy. There's a safety car. The transponders are gone. You see Mertz pulls to the inside. Oh boy. So the safety car is back. Wilson is back. All the transponders have fallen off the cars almost. There's Whitehill. Mertz. So we're going to go from helicopter. Coleman's back. Riggleman's back. Looks like everyone is. So we have to stop for the safety car. So hold on. Let's get an account here. Third place. There's Wilson, your leader. Mertz in third. Hakes is back. Coleman, Riggleman, Whitehill, Hone. That's 7. And it looks like falling off timing and scoring is David Culpepper. So now we are going to see who does what. Whitehill and Hone stay out there, not on the lead lap. Confirmation, falling off timing and scoring, is David Culpepper. So he should get his laps back because of the transponder issue. So it's close to 10 laps to go. Getting down to the nitty-gritty at Las Vegas. Glad you could join us here on the Automotive Sports Network. Josh Mertz here with the call. As Hakes pulls down to his pit stall. There's Mertz, Wilson, Coleman. Looks like all these drivers are going to go for 4 tires and fuel, as that's the smartest decision. As the left sides are up on Hakes. As Wilson's taking right sides. Oh boy. As it is Wilson, Hakes, Mertz, Coleman. Culpepper's back out on the track. So he did get the transponder back connected, and he will get his laps back. Then it's Riggleman. So that is your running order, as these two are off the lead lap. So your running order at the moment: Wilson, Hakes, Mertz, Coleman, Culpepper, Riggleman. As Culpepper is still being scored. It looks like Hone got the wave around, or the lucky dog, so he will be back on the lead lap. And Culpepper is going to line up as if he was on the lead lap, and then the officials will rescore him to add the lap that he could not complete when the transponder decided to be mean and not score for him. As they're double file, as the race hasn't gone green yet. As I know Randall Coleman, race official, would say every driver's meeting, let's try and be serious and not be double file under caution, please. As the field at 55 miles an hour passes by. As Sean Whitehill, I believe, is Rookie of the Year in this series. I believe he finished finishing third in points. As Coleman is your champion, as I believe he's either second or third in points, although Corbin Huffman, I believe, now that I think about it, is second in points, but he hasn't been racing for a couple of weeks. So the 15, Napa Auto Parts Chevy Impala, Daniel Wilson is your leader. On lap 55, we should restart with 10 laps to go, and after that 10 laps to go, we won't get, they will race back. So, this is going to get interesting. To see 7 cars actually, battle it out for the win. We saw how crazy it was when the field was clutching. It looks like people are paying attention to Mertz's damage. Radio communication saying, "My hood's buckled!" So that's why they are doing that. So, that's taken care of as we're behind the safety car on lap 55 of 67 here. As Randall Coleman, they really haven't released, Jeremy Murray, Randall Coleman, series officials, league officials rather, they really haven't released the official schedule for next season. All I've heard here at the Automotive Sports Network is the season starts in 2 weeks. It's right on the safety car, so we will go back green with 10 to go. As Riggleman taking it to pit. What? Okay. This isn't the NASA Rallycross Challenge, Mark. I don't know what you're doing. But anyway, It looks like he's just gonna... He already had a... Oh, okay. Radio communication saying he did have a penalty, so he's just gonna mow the lawn, get to the pit lane quickly, and take 4 tires. He's already got an EOLO penalty anyway, and the longest line for speeding on the pit lane. So, Wilson, your leader, coming to 10 laps to go. This is going to get good. So 1.5 times 10, it's basic math. I was just doing mental math in my head, and I'm not very good at mental math, and then I realized it's 1.5 times 10. You just multiply it and then add a 0. So 15 miles of racing left to go. And car 15 is in the lead. And he is really good at 1.5-mile tracks. He won here in the Truck Fresh Talent Series on Monday. He nearly won at the Super Speedway race on Tuesday. Finished third, 30 laps down, although, in the Cup race on Wednesday. Second in the truck race on Thursday, and now Friday. Leading the race, safety car is off. Wilson, Hakes, Mertz, Coleman, Culpepper. That's your top 5. Green flag in the air, 10 to go in Las Vegas. As now, it's all going to be down to if Daniel Wilson can get a good restart for this final green flag run. And if he can pull away, Mertz not having anything. Trying, side by side almost, down the backstretch. Wilson had the run on the outside. Mertz is going to try it again. No, he doesn't. This is probably, as I'm thinking, his 6th race here. He ran here last week. Caution! That's trouble. Mertz hit the apron. Hakes is around. Caution is out. Austin Hakes torn up. So we're going to take a look at what just happened here. As that was a very big crash, but Austin Hakes is going again, so we know he's okay. He hit that wall really hard in car 21. So from the helicopter, you can see the 18 start to lose it. He hits the apron. That's your entire problem. Hits the apron, and right into the 21 he goes. And hard hit in the outside wall for Austin Hakes. And plowed into by the 22 of Mark Riggleman, and spinning down the track is Austin Hakes. We're going to go on board from the cockpit camera, as Fast has told all the drivers to wear a helmet camera so we can get all these fantastic views. So thank you, Randall Coleman and Jeremy Murray, for allowing us these fantastic camera views that's essentially right in the driver's eyes, as I believe they have the cameras right inside the visors. So we're going to go on board the Austin Hakes car, number 21. So that's what it feels like to be involved in a wreck at about 180 miles an hour and you don't even expect it. So we're going to go here, find the field behind the safety car once again, here at Las Vegas. Obviously pitting is Austin Hakes. We're on lap 58 of 67. As Daniel Wilson is leading with Randall Coleman in second. As these two drivers are the class of the field. Hakes was as well, but Hakes has a damaged car. We're going to come to 7 laps to go under caution here. And it's all going to be down to who can get this good restart. As we thought it was going to be a 10-lap green flag run, I think it's probably going to be about 6 laps to decide it all. So Hakes down pit lane. You see him there on the bottom of the shot. As he's sitting in the pit lane, crew working. It looks like a guy is trying to beat the hood out. So that's quite interesting. As I heard on the radio, Mertz was talking about how a crew member jumped on his hood and was smashing the damage down with a hammer. And essentially, the crew member did the exact same for Austin Hakes. So that car is perfectly fine now, hopefully. As, while we're under caution, I'd like for a director to come tighten my chair up, please, up here in the commentary box, as the arms are about to fall off. So Wilson down the pit lane. Maybe. Why would, well, new tires do work. As Wilson pulling down pit lane, maybe. No, he's faking. He's faking. I don't know why you'd pit this early. but or pit this late in the race, as I say that, Riggleman and Whitehill pit. I mean, you do need to get fresh tires every once in a while, as this track really doesn't like tires. As Mark Riggleman joking over the radio, you need tires on your tires, much like NASCAR and ESPN, I think, did a couple years back. So, Riggleman and Whitehill are pitting, as the leaders are still staying out, so this could get interesting. So, I've been saying so a lot. Maybe you should make a so counter, a lot like Danica or Travis Pastrana, or right now. I know I say as you can see a lot, especially in the 2010 broadcast in the Norocastro Cup Series. So, there it is again. We're going to have about 6 laps to go when we go back to green. It's going to be Daniel Wilson and Randall Coleman on the front row, with Josh Mertz and David Culpepper. And then, according to timing and scoring, last lap, it was 15, 24, 18, 99, 20, 22, 12, 96. Culpepper still hasn't gotten his lap back, it looks like, as 15 and 24 are pitting. Uh-oh, are they all 3 pitting? Down the pit lane, are they? All 3 of them. The top 3 cars are about to... No, Mertz stays out! The top 2! They both have flat tires. The top 2 have flat tires. What a development here at Las Vegas. Now this is going to open this up. Can these top 2 drivers slice their way through the field, Daniel Wilson and Randall Coleman, to win the race? What a development here. No. They thought they did? Maybe. Who knows? Hakes pits. As you know, as a racing driver, there's Riggleman. What is Riggleman doing? You know, as a racing driver, sometimes you drive and you do think something's wrong with your car when you're leading. And maybe both of them thought they had a flat tire. They had the crew check it. They had their spotter check the right side, their crew chief check the left side. They said, no, 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 you're good. And they drove on through. Honestly, I don't know why you would do that coming to 6 laps to go, or 5 laps to go, but to each their own. Or 6 laps to go, rather, as my counting's awful. I literally had to count with my hands. I'm like a first grader. Damage on the 18, but he's leading. So, running order coming to 6 laps to go. Mertz, Hone, Whitehill, Riggleman, Coleman, Wilson, and Hayes off the lead lap. So here we go. Safety car is off. Will Mertz jump like a road racer? Let's see. 57 miles an hour. Safety car is off. Looking for the green flag. He's gone. I told you he'd do it. As the officials might think he jumped, but who knows? We're under green again. As Hone's trying to get by Culpepper. And then it's Riggleman with Wilson, Hakes, and Coleman trying to fight their way back up to the front. As they pitted, they thought they had a flat tire when they didn't. Mertz leads. Then it's Hone battling the lapped car of Culpepper. Culpepper on the radio. I stayed out to get my lap back just to lose it again. As Riggleman trying to pass Hone. Wilson in the apron trying to pass Culpepper. 5 laps to go. As Wilson inside Riggleman, he's turned into the outside wall. Caution is out. As they're racing back to the caution flag. This might end the race. Leading is Josh Mertz, and it's Chris Hone. Hone's around off the bumper into the outside wall. As now coming to the line, Mertz is going to lead it. Wilson second. Third is Culpepper. Fourth is Coleman, and this might be the end of the race. So let's take another look at the 2 accidents that transpired on this lap 64, or lap 63 rather. As here is the first wreck going into turn 1. Riggleman has the torn up back bumper on the discount tire Dodge. He goes to the outside a little bit. Wilson starts to turn in, and it looks like he slid up right into the 22. as just right at that point, front end grip went no more, and hard on the outside wall, driver's side first, is Mark Riggleman, but he did drive away, so he is okay. We're going to stay on this shot right here, because it's not that far until the backstretch in turn 3. As they're racing back to the caution flag, and they don't know if we're going to go back green or not. I personally don't know. And Hakes gets in the back of Chris Hone and drills them both into the outside wall. It looks like they get back going again. But what an unfortunate break for, what a tough break rather, for Chris Hone, as he was in second spot, and he did have a run on the 18. So field winding up behind the safety car here, as making their way around the racetrack, getting ready to possibly go back green. We're going to see here in a moment's time, as we're back here, lap 65, as they're coming down. If the safety car lights are on, we're still no! We have a one-lap shootout, as there was no cars off the lead lap, as 21 and 22 are pit. They have the same number style. I just noticed that. Someone tell the 21 to get a new number style, please. Thank you. So Riggleman will pit. Hakes will pit. And I don't think the crewman is going to be able to hop on that nose again and fix it. But we'll see. This is going to be interesting, as it looks like he's getting 4. So is Riggleman. For this last lap dash, we're going to have 1 lap to decide it here at Las Vegas. Riggleman's out of the pit lane. So is Hakes. And he did! The crewman jumped on the hood of the car and fixed it. Okay, so, remember when I told you that the 15 and 24 went down pit lane, they thought they had a flat tire, and they didn't? Well, they're in second and fourth. So this is, we're going to reset the field, coming to the final lap of the race, 1.5 miles between Mertz first trophy and the fast, or will Daniel Wilson steal his win of the week at Las Vegas? It's Mertz, Wilson, Culpepper, Coleman, Whitehill, Hone, Riggleman, Hakes. Your field. Everyone's on the lead lap. Everyone has a shot to win this race. Safety car is off. Will Mertz up again like a road racer? Will he try? Coming down to the line. Safety car in pit lane, 56 miles an hour. Waiting for timing and scoring telemetry. He's gone! He did it again! White flag, green flag together, as we have 1.5 miles to decide it. Side by side for third, Culpepper with Coleman. As into corner number 1, Mertz, a car length and a half lead, side by side for third, Coleman with Culpepper. Outer corner number 2, down the back straightaway, the Nellis straightaway for the final time at Las Vegas. Will Daniel Wilson be able to get a run on Josh Mertz? Into corner number 3, sparks flying, running the corner wide. Here comes Wilson, huge run. He's going to do the undercut. Outer corner number 4, to the grass goes Wilson. At the line, it's Josh Mertz. Winning at Las Vegas, plowing the wall, is Daniel Wilson with Austin Hakes. As what a finish at Las Vegas. As Wilson had the huge run in corner number 3. He undercut the 18, and he took it to the grass for whatever reason, but didn't get it done, as the 18, who has been trying for 2 weeks, that doesn't seem like a long time, but he's been here since the Cup race at Rockingham 1 week ago, and he's going to try and burn the house down, as his Dodge compatriots will burn it down with him, Riggleman and Culpepper, as he's waiting for them to go by, as the 18 Mertz, the Red Bull Dodge Challenger, will burn it down here at Las Vegas. We're going to go through the final results, give you a couple replays, and then the interviews. Josh Mertz is your winner by 7/100ths of a second over Daniel Wilson in car 15. Then it is David Culpepper in car number 12. Randall Coleman, they actually had their own battle of their own, so we'll get another replay of that, as he does a little gymkhana, Mertz does on the Legends Oval. Randall Coleman finishes 4th, Sean Whitehill 5th, Mark Riggleman in 6th, as he's trying to find his way to victory lane. Riggleman 6th, 7th is Hakes, and 8th is Chris Hone, as he's made it to victory lane in car 18. There he is, torn up car on the right-hand side of that Challenger. So we're going to take a look at what happened here on the last lap of the race. What a finish here at Las Vegas. So, we're going to go from the helicopter camera, recapping this finish here. In corner number 3, Sparks are going to fly from the 18. Wilson had such a huge run. Mertz slid up the track. Wilson undercut the 18, and then slow motion, he dives all the way to the grass. You see, Mertz goes to the apron, but Wilson voluntarily went to the grass. I don't really understand that. And he lost traction on the grass, and Mertz sneaks the win. We're going to stay on this shot. Look at that victory, third spot for David Culpepper. We're going to roll that back and take another look from the TV camera here. So at a quarter of the speed, you see the finish there. Wilson spinning. And then at the line, ever so close, is David Culpepper for the third spot. And one more view. We're going to go from the cockpit camera, the helmet camera of Daniel Wilson in car 15, the last half of a lap, and just listen to the engine noise. So, that was that. We went through the final results. Now, we're going to throw it down to Mark Riggleman in Victory Lane with your winner, Josh Mertz.
So we're down here in Victory Lane with Josh Mertz, who finally got the win he's been fighting so hard to get. How was your race today overall?
Obviously, it was pretty good because I won. I want to apologize to the 15. I did not even know that he was there. I looked up in my mirror and I was like, oh, there's the Napa car, and he's spinning out. Overall, the car was pretty good. Tire wear was really, really bad, I have to say.
I know a lot of people were complaining of that all throughout the race. That last caution, what was going through your mind that entire last caution?
Well, we took the last restart, and I got a good jump. And we went, I think it was another lap, and then the caution flag was out, and I'm screaming over the radio. I was like, oh my God, I won the race! And then we go around, and officials are saying, well, you have another lap. And I told my crew chief, I was like, well, this is fantastic. We're not going to get it. And he reassured me that we're going to get it, and I got that incredible restart, which the officials apparently thought I almost jumped. The drivers didn't really like it, but I was going to my road course heritage where as soon as you see the green flag, you go, and it paid off for us.
I know the driver of the 15 didn't all too like the move that you put on him coming out of 4 going into the tri-oval, but what's your thoughts on that? What was going through your mind as it was happening?
Well, I'm going down the back, and I'm shaking, I'm shaking inside the cockpit, and I'm like, oh my God, is this actually happening? And we go in the corner, and I absolutely blew entry to turn 3. And I'm sliding all over the track. The track was probably, I thought, mentally, was a lot slipperier than normal, because obviously it's the last lap. I'm slipping, and I almost bit the wall. And I'm looking, and my spotter says, oh, he's 1 back, he's 2 back. So I'm thinking, well, I'm going to just get this easily. And then the 15 just pops up right beside me, and I'm like, oh, crap, this is over. So, I mean, I didn't want to push him to the grass, but it just seemed like he pulled down there on his own, but I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry about the eventual, what word am I finding? The result, but, I mean, a win's a win. So Daniel Wilson, the 18, put up a fight. I don't think you liked it. How was your race?
It was pretty good. First, it looked like it was going to be a fuel mileage race, and I had 2 laps saved to the good. I don't think anybody else was that lucky enough, but it was good up until the end. I had to pit with like 6 laps to go. I thought I had one of my tires going down, but the crew confirmed that it was not, and so I got back out there, and we battled our way all the way up to second, and then another caution came out. We thought the race was over, but it turned out we had that 1 lap shootout, and The 18, did a Jimmy Johnson restart there. He went way before. NASCAR, of course, doesn't say anything. And, we caught back up to him, and then he put us in the grass. So, what goes around comes around in this league, and, we'll see.
How bad was tire wear during this race?
It was absolutely horrible. We were able to save a little bit on those long runs by, just taking it slower. We got about a 5-second lead from the field, me and my teammate Austin Hakes there. So we were able to save our tire wear a little bit, but it was still pretty bad. I think if we would have went all the way, we would have been close to blowing the right front out.
And one last question. What were you thinking going into turn 3? You saw the 18 step up the track, and then he pulled his move.
I saw the checkered flag waving, although unfortunately it didn't wave for me. And then I got a really good run off turn 4. I was able to pitch the car down low. It stuck, and then the 18 he tried to block, but he wasn't clear, and so I knew he was going to run right into me and spin me across the grass, and I'd probably finish 4th or 5th. So I just bit the bullet and took it in the grass and still got second, but It was either 2nd or 6th or 7th because, the 18 blocks like that. But
it's either the checkered flag or the steering wheel. Good run, Daniel.
Yeah. Thank you.
So we're now going to interview 3rd place David Culpepper, who had a great finish of his own, battling with Randall Coleman. How was your race?
Well, the race was pretty good for this number 12 Worth Dodge. I got to first off, let me thank my sponsors, Dodge.
Oh, boy.
Jenny King, Alliance Truck Parts, Worth, and everybody that stepped on board to help sponsor us this week. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Daniel Wilson. He saw us struggle in minor leagues, and he let us run for his team, and he has not been disappointed yet. Yesterday we put on 4th place finish in our first race, and today we stepped it up one better.
As it seems like you were involved in a wreck, I think it was the last caution with the 22. What happened there?
Well, actually, to correct you, not trying to be smart-ass, but it was second to last caution.
Well, that's close enough.
But going into the first corner, I was on the clutch and also coasting at the same time. I guess he was on the brake because there was another car in front of us, and I guess he slowed down too much and went in there, just caught him in the left rear corner.
Now, I know you were paying attention to your own finish with Randall, which I believe it was you tied at the line according to timing and scoring, but what did you think of the lead battle, if you were paying attention?
Oh, man, I thought the two cars in front of me were going to wreck for a second. I was going to take it home. But, the 18 and the 15, they've done so much this year. 15's been there on multiple occasions. 18, he's been so close so many times. Great to see him finally get his first win of the season.
As that was, we were originally going to get the other 2 interviews a little bit after we had the winner interview, but we got them all at once. So those were your interviews, and it's time for the daily URL spouting before we finish here. So I love having this graphic. ASN social media. Our Facebook page, facebook.com/Automotive Sports Network. We post everything on there. Twitter.com/ASNTV_USA. Hashtag ASNTVUSA for Twitter and Facebook. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube On Demand page, our Twitter page will let you know when we upload a broadcast. Our YouTube On Demand page, aforementioned one, ASNTVUSA. So youtube.com/ASNTVUSA. Our ASN Live page, once we get it running, twitch.tv/ASNTVUSA. As always, there's our good old not updated site, asntvUSA.tk, and our email for any inquiries, questions, comments, or concerns, asntvUSA@gmail.com. One last time in this broadcast was brought to you by JavaShot Designs. If you need any broadcast, okay, you know where my mind's at, any painting done for any of your racing interests, check out Adam Sweet and his page, facebook.com/JavaShot Designs. So that's about it. Here from Las Vegas, the new season starts in 2 weeks for the new Fast Performance Series sponsored by Alienware that replaces this series. It starts at Daytona. In about 2 weeks, we'll keep you posted on the ASN Facebook page. Congratulations to the winner here at Las Vegas, and from all of us here at the ASN staff, thank you for watching, and so long, everyone.